Hey, what's up, you guys? Thanks for tuning in again for another video. Yeah, we're just gonna try to tear it down, start from the top, and yeah, let's dive in. So what I usually do right here is I comb out the entire head, and for this client, he did not want a bald fade, so he wanted the next thing close to that. So I told him I can get him with a grain fade. So right here, I start off from the right side, and I start off with an open guard, and I'm going close to the middle of the C cup, and I work my way around to the back of the head, all the way up to the occipital bone, and that's the bone that protrudes on the back side of the head. And then I go back to the left side and I do the same thing. So start at the middle of the C cup and a no guard open, and I just work my way again to the back of the head, making sure I can get it as clean as I can possible. So you'll see me go over the same area probably 2 times, and I recommend that, the more times you go over the area, the more you're likely to get the hair. So right now I do a rough version of it, and I just stay cleaning it up, getting closer to the line, making sure it's real clean and nice. So once I feel like I've gotten all the straight hair and it looks pretty clean to me, I'll start from the top and I work my way down to the bottom of the head. And first I'll have it open all the way, and then I'll start closing it little by little, notch by notch. And I'll start out to the back, and then I'll work my way to the right side of the head, and then I go to the left. So I'll go up to the right, and I make sure I make the area that arches over the ear real clean, and also the sideburns. His sideburn hair and his hair to the head are completely 2 different grain types. Also, with this right side of the head, his hair grows more back than rather straight down. So right here, I bring out the 1 guard, and I go up about 3/4 to an inch to an inch, and I go from the right side of the head all the way back around until I reach the left side. So right here, I'm just making sure it looks clean in the section, and then I bring my masters out here. I use no guard because no guard is almost like a 1 guard. I feel like it's just a little bit bigger than a half, and the long teeth really help to get in there, and I feel like it's a cleaner transition. So right now, like I said, I'm working my way up, going 3/4 to an inch in the back, and I'm just making it blend, especially on the round of the head right here, making sure I get it clean. I'll go over and pass it a couple times, more than usual. I'm a very detailed barber, so I like to make sure it's clean and that I got every hair. I am using comb brushing. I am not using a brush though. I want to try to spread those hairs out because his hair is pretty crazy. Again, I'm getting at my masters, and I'm going up, not quite past that 1 guard, but up to it, making sure that the no guard transitions well into the 1 guard. I don't really use my half guard. I feel like the masters are a better transition for me. So again, I'm going, and I'm just going to work my way over to the left side until that is complete. So again, I'm just grabbing my masters, no guard open, and I don't really use the lever much on this. If I do, I'll go up maybe 1 or 2 notches, but I never really close it because that's all it really takes. Again, I'm just using the long teeth to kind of really get in there and make sure the blend is amazing. And you see how the hair is a lot different on this side. It just goes straight down. It's just a lot different. But right here, I'm going to pull out the 2 guard. I'm going all the way up and just making sure, again, that my base is real clean before I put on 1.5 guard. So I'll go up to where his parietal ridge is, and making sure I just keep it dark where the C cup is. So when I line them up, it really pops. So after I get the left side done, I'll just keep working until I get back to the right side of the head. over to my one guard, and I kind of went up, not quite to where the 1.5 was, and I had that all the way open. And then when I made my way down, I kind of closed it midway, and then I closed it all the way and just barely touched it up. And then I switched over back to my 1.5 to try to clean it up, mainly where the 2 guard was, and get my corners clean where the C cup is a little bit, making sure that transition and blend was real good and clear for me for the lineup later on. So after I completed the rough draft for the left side, I went ahead and worked on the middle. So right here is my 1.5 guard, and I'm just working all the way up basically to where I ended with the 2 guard. And I had it open, and then when I went lower, I closed it, and then I switched over to my 1 guard and tried to take out this line where the occipital bone is. It was just a little dark, so I had it closed, and then I quite wasn't getting it out with the 1 guard, so I switched over to my masters with the long teeth, and then I started getting it out. I didn't really have to use my corners as much, but I did where the occipital bone was. So now I am going back and going to do the right side, and this is a 1.5 again. And I'm trying to just ease and lighten up that line a little bit, and you can kind of see that hair I was talking about. It's just swooshed back towards the back of the hair. It's kind of just wild, but yeah, all I did right here was just detail, hitting it with the 1.5, going almost quite up to the power of the ridge, but not just there. And right here I had it all the way closed and just really hitting that bottom line. So now I pull out my 1 guard, and I have it all the way open, and I'm just going up to where the 1.5 guard was and not really surpassing that. And if I see any darknesses or anything like that, I will close the lever little by little. I'm not going up, but going down. And again, I'm just hitting the 1 guard towards that round of the head. Right now it is open. I need to close it halfway. And right now I'm just really detailing. And yep, that's it. So these are my Babyless FX gold trimmers, and right now I'm just trying to target the C cup while keeping it more so natural, not pushing it back or anything, and blending it into the beard part. I am not doing any beard work for him today, but I just blended in that section to his beard and lined it up and made sure he looked nice. I always try to hook him up, it's quality. It's what I give out to my people. Now I'm just going over the ears, and this is just the lineup section, so I'll go over the ears, then I'll hit the back and do both sides. Now I'm just going to do the same thing to the right side, line them up, make sure both of the sides look symmetrical, and then I'm just going to chase it and go all the way around the ear and the arch, making sure I get all the hairs. This part of the hair, I did see that it was a little darker than I wanted it to be, so I just again flipped on that 1.5, and this side kind of gave me trouble. It was just a lot different than the other side, but I made it a little lighter, and then I thought it was okay, so I just put on those trimmers and lined them up, made sure both sides were even, and then hooked them up with the C cup. See, I could have used enhancements and it would have made him look a lot blurry, but I just decided to take and put on the razor to him, and that seemed to make everything pop a little bit more because he is real light on the skin. So when you line this type of texture or ethnicity up, it makes it pop a little bit more without having to use all the enhancements and like highlight pencils and all that. So now I'm just moving up to the top portion of the head, and he didn't want much taken off, just tips basically. So I took less than a quarter inch or so off top, and that was about it. So I took horizontal sections little by little. I didn't decide to be so clean with it. I didn't have to. Usually having cleaner sections, it makes it look a lot better at the end, but having this short and coarse of hair, I didn't really need all of that. It just needed a quick cut, making sure it was all even at least, and that's really all you have to do with this texture. Just because it's kind of wavy and goes up anywhere. It's not like flat, straight hair, so you don't have to be so particular with it. And yeah, I'm just pulling the hair, making sure it is even on both sides. And now I'm just hitting the round of the hair, blending the caudal ridge section into the top of the hair. And so I seen there was a little bulk that was still eating up, so I whacked on my 2 rod, and then I started going up, blending in that area a little bit more. This side was a little bit easier and it didn't need much work, and just towards the ridge again, and the same with the other side. It's just a little bulky towards the ridge, up towards the middle of the head. So I got that, and then touched up just a bit, and then after that the blend was great. I thought it was a really gradient cut. The overall cut I enjoyed. This is probably one of my favorite clients. It's easy, it's a fast cut, and it turns out really blurry at the end, not even having to go bald. So again, right now I'm just detailing little things. I'm critique about it. I spend a little bit extra time doing this. But yeah, guys, this is the final result. Like and subscribe, and thanks for